disappears to the dreamers, the seekers, the wise. Crystal lavender will reach in the skies. Through tarot and starlight we'll always roam. In the heart of the universe we found our home. Comes where the mystics play. We speak the language of the Milky Way. A touch of Venus, a kiss from the moon, guiding lost hearts with a sweet gentle tune.
What up? Hello, hello. Welcome here, welcome back. So today we are going to do a Will They Confess for our all signs, all right? Kind of went back to my old school. Any of you that have been here from the beginning will remember this setup. I got my kitty cat right here. I'm going to go to the gym right after this, so excuse the no makeup, the no whatever. Like, we're just raw dogging it, all right? We're gonna raw dog this life all completely sober and ready to hit the gym. So before we get started, we're going to talk about this. This is my book. It is called Say You Love, and it is a testimony of triumph over the darkness of childhood, SA, and addiction. And I wrote this whole entire story using my phone. I published the whole thing from my phone. I did a KDP Amazon through self-publishing and did the whole entire process on my little computer I carry around in my pocket all the time, okay? And I wrote this story as a message of hope and inspiration for anybody that's out there struggling in silence, feeling like they're all alone, okay? Like, hi, my name is Crystal, and I am 4+ years into recovery. I am a recovered addict, and if you know anybody that's out there struggling in silence, send them my way. You could get this book for $12.12 on Amazon. You could get a free copy if you go to my website at crystal-lavender.com, or you could get a signed copy if you email me, okay? Let me go ahead and put the banner on the bottom over here. Dun, 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 which will have my website. So my website is crystal-lavender.com. That's also where you can get a personal private reading, all right? So I have a 10% off coupon for any one of my personal private readings. They start at $11.11 and go up to like monthly, like continued monthly guidance, all right? And you can also sign up for my free weekly newsletter. So you can get a free book. You can sign up for my free newsletter that's got exclusive content, and I'll have little Easter eggs and whatnot for different coupon codes for my readings. And yeah, get a free download of my book. All right, so let's get this party started. I know this is my old school setup. So we're going to go with Aries. Bum, bum, bum. Aries. Maybe 11. See something real quick. Sorry, guys. I must not have sent out any notifications. That's all right. We're going to get the party started anyways. Aries, will this person confess? Will they confess their feelings to Team Aries? What do we got, Team Aries? Will they confess for Team Aries? No, they're trying to remain aloof and detached, okay? You got the eight of Pentacles, so they're working on staying diligent. They're trying really hard. All right, this does really bother them. Like, it bothers them more than you might know, or more than what they let on. Okay, like, this person might have they have a really big ego or a whole lot of pride, and they feel like coming towards you would be like an example of weakness. They feel like coming towards you or expressing how they feel or talking to you at all would be like going against themselves in some way, even though they really, really want to, and they're trying really hard, but they're emotionally detached from the situation. Like, they have done the very best that they can to to not think about this, to put it behind them, to let it go. All right. But even if you don't hear from this person definitely, like, they've got like this, it says narcissism, but I feel like it's more pride than it is narcissism. Yeah, I'm okay. Why? It's more pride than it is narcissism. They're trying to keep their options open. They're trying to play the field. They're trying to find someone to replace you, to find someone to take their mind off of this situation. But they're struggling. Okay, they're struggling really hard to keep this momentum, to keep detached. Like they have to stay really grounded, and in order for them to not reach out, for them to not to not to not come forward. Let's see what else we could get for Team Aries. I'm just getting ready to go to the gym. Like, I don't have no makeup on. Thanks a lot, Mom. God. I look like shit. I know. Thanks a lot. We're here anyways, doing the damn thing. So, thanks for pointing out the obvious. We look like shit. We're going to do the damn thing anyways. We're going to the gym after this. I don't care. So you got the devil. So this might have been a sex-based connection, or there was some sort of addiction or attachment issues. But they could be manifesting like a reunion with you, or trying to come back together with you. Trying to manifest some sort of, maybe you coming forward, or just spontaneously running into you somewhere. But they haven't made up their mind. Like, one day they're all about it. They're like, okay, well, I really want to manifest meeting Aries. I really want to manifest running into them. I really want to manifest seeing them out and about. And then the next day they're like, no, I don't want nothing to do with them. Like, if they come towards me, I'm just going to ignore them. I'm just going to ignore them and not have anything to do with them. I think they have a lot of conversations with you in their head. And they're definitely keeping it a secret. They're keeping it tight to the chest, keeping it tight to themselves. You could be dealing with a Pisces. You could be dealing with a Capricorn. But they feel like coming towards you or expressing any sort of emotion would make them look weak. It would make them not, they would not, I don't know if they feel like they would not be successful, or if that would just take away from them in general. Hi, Laura. But yeah, this person does have a lot that they want to say. They have a lot that they want to say, but it doesn't look like they have a lot to say, and they have a lot of love still. But they're trying really hard to stay away from the situation, to to try to stay away. Yeah, because it gives them a lot of anxiety. Like, the idea of coming towards you just fills them full of anxiety. So it doesn't look like they're going to come forward anytime soon, Aries. Like, they've got too much pride. They've got too much pride. They still got a lot of love, but they're full of pride. So their pride will not let them come forward and tell you anything. All right. And if they do come forward, I don't think they have anything nice to say, even though they have a bunch of love for you. All right, let's go on to Taurus. Taurus. And y'all, I'm not wearing any makeup. I look like crap today. I'm on my way to the gym after this, so excuse this. I don't care. We're doing it. So Taurus, what do we got for Team Taurus? Will this person come forward and confess their feelings to Taurus? Are they going to come forward and confess their feelings for Team Taurus? Are they going to come forward and confess their feelings for Taurus? Ooh, 2 of Cups. That's a good start. The Knight of Wands. The 8 of Wands in reverse, though. So yeah, King of Cups. It looks like this person has a whole lot of emotions for you. Like this person is riddled with emotions, but they might be a little bit slow moving as much as they want to move forward with a quickness. Like this person is trying to put the brakes on. They're trying to be responsible, trying to be emotionally responsible. Like they don't want to give off the wrong impression or to seem desperate or needy. Like they're trying not to scare you away. They might have come out of a recent relationship with the death card here. So they might be a little bit reluctant to start anything new right away. But this person does have emotions. Like they do see you in a romantic way. Like they do have emotions for you. They do have feelings for you. They do see you romantically. They do have a lot of love for you. But it feels like they're kind of guarded because of this ending that happened with the death card here. Like they could have been dealing with a Scorpio, or they could be a Scorpio themselves, but it feels like they're in the middle of a transition right now. Yep, transition. Okay, so they're in the middle of some sort of major transformation. It could be a personal transformation. It could be like they just recently got out of like they might have just recently got divorced, or they're still healing from their past relationship, but it still kind of feels like it's in their energy. But this person is king of their own castle. Like this is all four kings put into one, the emperor here. So this person takes on a lot of responsibilities. Like they make their choices. Like they don't make willy-nilly choices. Like whenever they do something, whatever sort of actions that they take is very like it's very calculated. Like they are very calculated in their movement. They know exactly what it is that they're doing. So they're trying to make sure that they're being grounded and intelligent about this situation. Like they want to make sure that they have all their ducks in a row, that they're not just making some sort of impulsive decision, or letting like the chemicals, the romance chemicals, get to their head. So it does feel like this person is going to come forward. They might not tell you everything right away with the Page of Swords in reverse, like, because you do have the Two of Cups, so that's coming together. They do feel like you're a like-minded individual, that you guys have a lot in common. They do enjoy spending time with you. They do have like I don't feel like they're not like overly emotional about the situation, but I do feel like they are gaining momentum. Like their emotions are gaining momentum. Their attachments are starting to get stronger. Like the attachment is starting to get stronger with you. But you do have the Fool card on the cut. So they are willing to take this leap of faith, but right now they're at a crossroads, kind of just pondering what it is that they want to make sure that they make the right decision because of whatever it was that they just went through in their past back here with this death card and the transition. Like this transition, they're still in the middle of a transition. So they're not trying to be impulsive at all. Let's see what else we could get for Team Taurus. Is this person going to come forward? It feels like they are coming forward, just very slowly. Like they're gradually like gaining more and more feelings. Like they're getting more and more attached to you as a person. And like a part of them like is holding back, and a part of them, yeah, Page of Swords in the upright this time. So yeah, it does feel like they are going to come forward. They're going to put one foot in front of the other. All right. One foot in front of the other, slowly but surely. They're gaining the courage. They're feeling it out. They're making sure that it's like actually, something solid. They don't want to commit to anything right away that isn't committed to them. They want to make sure that there's actual footing there before they invest completely. Like this person doesn't like to just jump all in head first, like without looking. Like they want to make sure that they've got it all. Yeah, this person, yeah, they've got the Emperor and the is that the King of Wands. So they're just very logical about the situation. All right, this person's been around the block a whole bunch. Been there, done that. Got the T-shirt, the beer koozie. They don't want to make any impulsive decisions, but it does look like they will come forward. As their emotions are progressing, they'll start slowly like progressing towards you and working towards building something solid. All right. Let's go on to Gemini. Okay, Mom. Team Gemini. Is that whole like, I'm cold, go put on a sweater? I'm cold, you should put on a sweater. You don't feel good, so I don't feel good? Gemini. What do we got for Team Gemini? I love the gym. I've been going to the gym, trying to stay consistent, man. So pardon me if I don't have any makeup and I'm not super pretty today. I look like crap, but we're going to get the message out. It ain't about what I look like. It's about getting the message out. So we're here going to do it, okay? We're doing it. Oh, God. Woman, I swear. Okay, bye. Gemini. I love these cards. These are the Garbage Pail Kid cards. So they got the Eight of Cups in reverse. So if this is somebody that you aren't in contact with, they didn't want it to be over. Okay, if this is somebody that you walked away from or that walked away from you, they really didn't want it to be over. We got the Hangman. They're trying to accept the situation for what it is. They're trying to accept that, it is what it is, that it'll be what it'll be. But this hit them sudden and abruptly with the Tower card. It feels like it ended, like, for them, like they might have not even known that anything was wrong. They might not have known that anything was wrong. They're still trying to figure it out, to figure out what it is that they did, or, what it is they could have done better. But it feels like this person is in contemplation. They're reflecting. They're in reflection and contemplation. But they don't feel like they were very successful. With whatever attempts that they've made to try to come forward, they feel like they were unsuccessful. That they, no matter what it was that they did, I don't think this person understands what it was that they did. So it feels like they're in reflective mode. Eight of Coins, yeah, they're not sure what they did. They might not be taking any sort of accountability because you got the Eight of Pentacles in the reverse. So they might not be taking accountability for their actions or for their involvement. They might not understand. Either they're not taking accountability or they just don't get it. Some people just don't get it. No matter how much you try to explain it to them, they just don't fucking get it. You could try to explain it to them until they're blue in the face, and they'll just play victim every single freaking time. So there's no point in explaining yourself to them. Just do what you do. Page of Cups doesn't feel like they're going to come forward towards you at any time soon. They don't feel like there's any point in coming forward, because they still haven't taken accountability, and they probably never will take accountability because they don't see how they're doing anything wrong. They will never get it. They don't get it. They're probably never going to get it. Two of Cups in reverse. They don't think there's any point in coming forward. There's no point. There's no point in it. There's no point in talking about it. There's no point in trying to figure it out. Like, they're either they don't think you're taking accountability, or they refuse to take accountability, and they just don't see it. They're never going to see it. They're never going to see what it is that they're doing or what it is that they did. They don't get it. To them, they're like a perfect little angel, and they're just playing freaking victim, and there's no point because they're not going to take accountability for it anyways. They're just going to play the victim card. Oh, poor me. Poor me. Because they're never going to understand. You could draw it with the crayon. You could draw a map with crayon, and they still ain't going to get it. Let's see. Are they going to take any more action towards you? Or are they going to take any action besides playing victim? Page of Pentacles in the reverse. Nada. Nope. This person's just going to play the victim. They're going to go eat worms. Page of Cups in reverse. Page of Pentacles in reverse. The Three of Swords, you know. They're just going to go eat worms. Big, fat, juicy ones. Little, teeny, tiny ones. Oh, how they wiggle and squirm. Just play victim and not take any sort of accountability for whatever it is that they do. So, no, they're not coming forward, Gemini. Let's go on to Cancer. Hi, Cancer. Welcome here. Welcome back. We are going to find out if this person is going to come forward with, and if they're going to confess their feelings. And sorry, like my mom pointed it out, I look like crap today, but I don't have any makeup on, and I'm on my way to the gym after this. So, bear with me, y'all. It's not about what I look like. It's about the message, right? Right. We're just going to do the dang thing. Cancer. Is this person going to confess their feelings to Cancer? Ooh, the Devil in reverse. This person might have had, I feel like maybe they're in rehab or something. Much love, Laura. They might be in rehab, or they might have some sort of alcohol or drug addiction, or you have some sort of alcohol issue or drug issue that you're trying to get under control before moving forward. It's like not making any sort of final judgment, you know, because there's a lot of self-doubt there, self-doubt and anxiety about coming forward or about reaching out to a person. You know, but you do have the Page of Swords in the upright on the bottom. So like there's truth that wants to be spoken. There's truth that wants to come out. They might tell you that they've been working really hard on, like, maybe they're coming out of depression, or there's a lot of chaos either going on in your life or their life. Looks like they're really conflicted. I don't feel like they're like, if they confess, they might be confessing what's been going on in their life. You know, they might come to you for some sort of advice, yeah, or asking about moving forward or pushing forward with you. With the Chariot there, you know, but it's taking a lot of strength for them to admit what it is that they've got going on, to admit that they've got this alcohol problem or this substance abuse problem, or whatever this toxicity is. I feel like they've been trying to ignore it and trying to ignore it and trying to ignore it, and it's like now they're coming full face with it, you know, and they're trying really hard to overcome and move forward past whatever this devil is, whatever this demon that's attached to them. It's like they're looking it in the face and staring it down. You know, if they come forward, they might tell you like how rough their life has been. You know, but that's also that's the Lovers. Oh, so they feel a really strong, intense connection with you. There might be a significant choice that they have to make, or they've had to make a very like that. I think they've been presented with some sort of ultimatum or some sort of major crossroads in their life right now. You know, so they could come forward and tell you about their life. I feel like they'll tell you about their life and about how connected to you they feel, and like how you feel like you feel like safe to them. But I don't think they're going to come forward and tell you, like, spill their guts and tell you everything about how they feel. Like, I feel like this person is still, they're still in a place of recuperation. You know, they're still coming out of some sort of major regret or disappointment but I feel like this has been like in their, like, this is around them. This is like through something that they've done or through a situation that they've been in. Like, I don't know if you know, like maybe they're being evicted, or they're not doing good with their roommates, or there's been some sort of confrontation in their home situation. All right, make sure that you're not playing Captain Save-A-Ho and rescuing some sort of hobosexual, like someone that only needs a girlfriend or boyfriend because they need a place to live. All right, Make sure that you are feeling this situation out completely, because if they come forward, they might come forward with the super sob story about, how bad their life has been, and they might be looking at you to rescue them. So be careful not to get involved with somebody that just needs rescuing. Okay, does this person actually have feelings? Because I feel when they come forward, what they're confessing isn't about their emotions. It's about their living situation, about the conditions that they've been in, giving you some sort of sob story. The sun in reverse, about unhappy they are, how unhappy they are. Or how, they could even be trying to tell you how unhappy they are with a partner. If this person is already involved with somebody else, don't get involved in one of those situations where it's like, oh, well, they're so crazy, they treat me like crap, you wouldn't understand, and like they're trying to keep you as a side piece. Don't get yourself involved in any sort of third party situations, okay? No matter how unhappy they try to present themselves. Unless you guys are in an open relationship, where you have open communication, and like their other person is in an open relationship as well, as long as everybody's all on the same page. But there are people out there that are in relationships, but it's only one person in the relationship, So I feel like they're going to come forward and confess how bad it is that they've got it where they're at right now. Yeah, 10 of Cups in reverse. So don't let them try to play you, okay? Don't let them try to use this poor, pitiful, me stuff as a reason for you to take them under your wing, all right? Stay grounded. Because if they haven't left their person yet, you know what I mean, then they shouldn't be trying to involve themselves with you. All right? All right, let's go on to Team Leo. Hi, Leo. Welcome here. Welcome back. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sorry, like I look like a hot mess express today. Like I'm getting ready to go to the gym after this, so bear with me. All right. Hi, Julie Bully. All right, what do we got for Team Leo? Is this person going to confess their feelings? Are they going to come forward with a confession? Team Leo. Let me change decks. Team Leo. What do we got for Team Leo? Judgment. Dun, dun, dun. Making up the final decision. They want to rebirth this. They want this to come from the ashes. They want to build from the ashes. They feel like they either want some sort of forgiveness, or they want to offer forgiveness. But that is a card of reconciliation, but they know that there's a difficult decision to make. So they're still kind of up in their head trying to decide if they should or if they shouldn't. But like taking the action. They've already decided that that's what they want, but they haven't decided if they're going to take action on that yet. It's like they really want reconciliation. They really want forgiveness, but they're not sure if now is an appropriate time to do that. The Devil card. Hi, Tanya. Hello, your Uber driver. Uber driver. They might have they might have something that is still holding them back. Like there's still some sort of demon that's still attached to them that they're still working through. Rather that be addictions, or sex addiction, porn addiction, food addictions, addicted to sympathy, or there's some sort of demon that's still attached to them that they're working through. You know, this person really has a lot. Like they hope that y'all could come back together. They hope that you will forgive them, or that you guys can reconcile this. They have a lot of hope that there is still something to work on. You know, that not all is lost, but they have not decided if they're actually going to come forward and approach you. Yeah, they feel like there's unfinished business, that there's an incomplete karmic cycle here, an incomplete cycle, that you guys aren't done. Like they feel like you guys aren't done. They don't feel like all hope is lost, you know, but they haven't decided if they're actually going to take action. They know that they want to, like they're like inside them, they absolutely want to reconcile. They absolutely want to move forward. They want to, you know, close the door to the past and put one foot in front of the other, you know, but they haven't decided if they're actually going to make that movement. Let's get another deck. Let's see. Are they going to take any action towards Team Leo? Are they taking any action, or are they just going to sit there? What are they doing? Are they taking any action, or are they just going to sit there? King of Wands. It looks like they're still preparing themselves. Like they're still working on what it is that they're going to say. They're still working on how they're going to approach the situation. You know, they know that you are still heartbroken, or they know that there's still a lot of heartbreak. So they're still trying to mend those wounds, and they don't want to be too pushy or too forward. Like they're trying to respect your boundaries and respect your space. But they have made up their mind that they would like to, at some point in the future, they would like to, okay, with the world. They want to get this. They want to have a conversation. They want to make sure that you guys are on good terms. They just don't feel that right now is the right time to do that. All right, let's go to Team Virgo. Hi Virgo, welcome here, welcome back. Don't mind me. I look like crap today, okay? I'm going to the gym right after this, so I'm not wearing makeup, and I'm sitting in my old school like setup, okay? We're sitting in the old school setup. For those of you that have been here for a long time, y'all know this setup. Virgo, what do we got for Team Virgo? What's going on for Team Virgo? Is this person going to confess their feelings for you? Is there going to be a confession? Team Virgo. Team Virgo. What do we got? The Lovers in reverse. Judgment. The Sun in reverse. So this person feels either you are unhappy or they're unhappy. They feel like that one of you has given more to the situation than the other. This situation makes them very uncomfortable. And Taurus was at 9 minutes on the dot. So this connection makes them uncomfortable. Like somebody is very unhappy with either the way that things were handled, or they're just an unhappy person in general, you know, or just unhappy about about how it went down, about the judgment that was made, the judgment card here. It's like they feel like they were judged unfairly, or there's been like an unfair, like there was no justice in the situation. King of Cups, but they do have a lot of love. Like they do care. They have a lot of compassion, a lot of love. You know, they thought that they were, you know, emotionally balanced. They're trying to remain emotionally balanced. Is this person going to come forward with a confession? Or they can confess their feelings? Page of Swords in the reverse. No, they're not going to tell you how it is that they feel. They're going to keep it to themselves. They're going to keep it to themselves and just stay, like they're unhappy about a situation. There's something that they're unhappy with that they're not coming forward. They're not being completely honest about. either they think that you're unhappy or they're unhappy themselves, but they're not going to tell you about it. They're going to keep that truth to themselves so that they can avoid conflict. You know, and if we're just avoiding conflict, if we're avoiding, it's one thing to avoid confrontation. It's a whole other thing to not have necessary conversations because it might inflict some sort of conflict. You know, sometimes having hard conversations, like it's inevitable. You can't avoid the conflict. All right. So it's one thing to, you know, not my circus, not my monkeys, but if it is your circus and it is your monkeys, don't walk on eggshells to make other people happy, okay? Or other people shouldn't walk on eggshells to make you happy either. It's not other people's job to make sure that you feel a certain way, and it's not your job to make sure that other people feel a certain way. Knight of Pentacles in reverse. It doesn't feel like this person's going to, like, they're avoiding confrontation. You know, they feel burnt out. They're exhausted. They don't want to. They're avoiding confrontation. Avoiding confrontation. No movement forward. Any sort of action towards Virgo? Is there any sort of action towards Virgo? Slow. Slow, slow, slow. Like he ain't even on his horse. He's walking. This motherfucker walking, all right? On his Lamborghinis. So I just feel like they're avoiding confrontation. Either they feel like you ain't got the sun in reverse again. So somebody's really unhappy, all right? Or they just feel like there is no happiness. Like there is just no happiness there. Like that they can't make you happy no matter what. But really, it's not your job. And there's the Tower card on the bottom. So I don't know. It feels like they are tiptoeing around the tulips, beating around the bush, not being straightforward, and avoiding conflict. All right, let's go to Libra. All right, Team Libra. Whoop, whoop. Hi, Team Libra. Let's find out. Is this person going to come forward and confess their feelings for Team Libra? Don't mind me, okay? Like, I know I look like crap today, but I am on my way to the gym after this. And so I ain't got no makeup on. I don't have no nothing. Like, right? So we're just going to do it, okay? Sorry that I look like crap, but we're going to get the message. Or I look like I feel ill or something. I guarantee you I feel fine. I am just on my way to the gym. And I have no makeup on. All right, Libra. Is this person going to confess their feelings towards Libra? Oop, I wanted to fly. 8 of Pentacles. Judgment. 10 of Wands. Ace of Pentacles. So, let me get one more. One more, Libra. What does this person got going on? The 2 of Cups. So it does feel like they're slowly building an emotional connection with you, but they're still in the process of like heavily working out their own shit in their own life. So they might have a lot going on, you know, and you might not understand what it is that they've got going on, but like they might take on a whole lot of responsibility or just have a whole lot in their own personal world, in their own mind that they're dealing with. So if they aren't communicating with you, it's not a lack of like interest in you. It's like they are they just have a lot going on in their own world. Like they do feel like you guys work really well together as a team, that there is a lot of potential between the two of you. It just feels like they're really busy. They might think that you are like they might think that you're bitchy or blunt. Like they might think that you are a little bit too blunt, or think that you come off rude in some way, or they think that you'll be rude to them. Welcome back. They might think that you're rude to them. You know, and they're trying to get over some sort of disappointment. Like they're either disappointed in your behavior, or they're disappointed in themselves about how they approach this situation. Knight of Wands. So they could their emotions, like they aren't sure what they want. Like they're not coming forward because they have a lot going on, and at the same time they really don't know what it is that they want. So unless somebody is claiming you, like a crackhead claims a $10 bill on the ground, like keep your options open, all right? Like go on them dates unless you're like, unless you got some sort of title or whatever. It's like if this person's got a lot going on and they don't know what it is that they want, like that's cool, you know, that's perfectly acceptable. But don't put your life on hold for anybody that isn't expressive to you, you know, isn't claiming you. Like a crackhead be claiming a $10 bill on the ground. Six of Cups. Like I feel like you guys have a lot of past history together. There's a lot of nostalgia. You guys have been through a lot. Like you guys know a lot about each other. You guys have been through a lot in your own personal lives. You know, but it really feels like this person is just focused. Either you or this person is just really focused on being financially independent, on maintaining and running your own empire. You know, like they don't really know what they want. Eight of Cups in reverse, but they know that they don't want to go away. It's like they don't want to go away, but they don't want to, like, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if they're keeping you as like just an option, or if you're keeping them as just an option. It's like somebody to fill the time, you know. But this person definitely works a lot. They got a lot going on. Like they have a whole lot of responsibility outside of a relationship, or you have a whole lot of responsibility outside of a relationship. But they do see a lot of potential. Like they see there's potential. All right, like that's wish fulfillment. The World. Is this person going to make any sort of action towards Libra? I don't feel like they're in a place right now where they can be fully committed to a relationship, or they don't feel like you're in a place that you can be. I don't know. That's a weird reading. Let's see. I hope it rains. The High Priestess. The Prince of Cups. So yeah, they might express. They're like, I feel like they're very open with you about what it is that they got going on in their life. You know, if they express something to you, it might not be some sort of undying love type of deal, but they are going to be expressive towards you. Like that is taking action. Oh, look, the Lovers again, or the Lovers card. So they do feel a very strong connection to you. It might be a little bit overwhelming to them, or it could be a little bit overwhelming to the both of you. Queen of Cups. And silence. They're just being quiet about it. Like I think they're being quiet about how strongly they feel about this connection, because they have got so much going on in their life. You know, they've got so much going on in their life, or they feel like you've got so much going on in your life that like they don't want to disrupt your flow. You know, they don't want to be distracted themselves. You know, I think they come forward in little bits. Like there's little bits at a time they come forward with. They're not going to come forward and just barf everything out all over the table. It's like they show you in their actions, which actions speak louder than words anyway. So pay attention to what they do. Okay. All right, let's go on to Team Scorpio. I love going to the gym. Like I've been trying to go pretty regularly. I've been getting a lot more consistent about it. So, hi Scorpio, welcome here, welcome back. Speaking of the gym, like I look like crap right now because I'm going to be on my way to the gym after this. So, excuse my no makeup wearing, no makeup having ass. Okay, we're just going to read the message. Scorpio. I actually ran the last time. I'm going to get better at doing the running. Like, I don't know. I feel really energized and enthusiastic about it. Scorpio, is this person going to come forward and confess their feelings? Is this person going to come forward and confess their feelings for Scorpio? The Magician. King of Swords. And the Knight of Cups. Nice. And the Lovers. Ooh. So this person has got it bad for you, Scorpio, with the Lovers card here. The Magician, they might be trying to manifest, or they believe that they manifested you into their life, or like you, like you're, like they might feel like you're too good to be true. Okay. They're trying to keep their cool about them to remain emotionally independent, and you know they might feel a little bit cold or aloof with the King of Swords here, but it does look like they are going to come forward and tell you their truth, tell you what it is, like about how they feel, or that they, you know, that they can't get you off their mind. Like it feels like you were constantly on this person's mind. At first, they might have felt like you bewitched them. They might have felt like you bewitched them or something. And they might have overlooked you before, or they might have overlooked how deep this connection was before, or you might have overlooked them and like they threw a pity party about it, like they were kind of giving you the silent treatment. Or they could just be giving you like the acting like they're not interested because of how interested they are. You know, I don't know if you know people that do that or if you do that yourself, but it's like no, like I can't involve myself. I like you too much. I can't involve myself with you. You know, but they do see a long-term potential here. Okay, like they envision you being Mr. and Mrs. Scorpio. Like they daydream about you all the time. And it does look like they're going to come forward with some sort of action with the Page of Swords here. So this is a very significant connection. Like you could be dealing with a Gemini. We got Gemini, we got Scorpio, we've got Capricorn, we've got Taurus. But this person is very, very independent. Like they're a very independent thinker, very independent. Like they might be not so touchy-feely. They're very logical. This person likes to keep their head above water. They like to think things out logically rather than emotionally. Like they don't make emotional decisions. But for some reason, they can't get you off of their mind. Yeah, and they don't want it to end anytime soon. Like whatever it is you guys got going on together, like they're looking at things in terms of long-term marriage commitment. You know, they feel a really strong connection towards you. Like they're not looking to go anywhere anytime soon. All right, like that's the 1111 card, the marriage card. Like this person thinks about marrying you. All right. They think about you in long-term situation and don't want to go anywhere anytime soon, but they also are very calculated. They don't like to be emotional. So it might not, like you might not You might not completely understand how they feel because they don't express it very well, but are they going to take action? Are they going to confess to Scorpio? Yeah, we've got weeks. This next week is going to be in the 90s. And I got to get a new pump for my swamp cooler. Yeah, it looks like this person is going to give to you. You know, we got generosity. We got the six of Pentacles, which is about giving. You know, that could be also part of their love language. Like maybe they give you gifts. You know, they might not be very touchy-feely, but they buy you lots of things, or they include you in their plans. Like I believe this person talks a lot about we. Like it's always a we. You know, when they're talking about their future, they talk in terms of us and we. So yeah, there's going to be movement forward. They will come forward and express their feelings to you, or you might get a little bit more of a clear understanding about how they feel for you through their actions. All right. But this person thinks about marriage. They daydream about marriage with you. Okay. They have a lot of desire for you, and they daydream about marriage. All right, let's go on to Team Sagittarius. All right, Sagittarius. Hi, Sagittarius. Welcome here. Welcome back. Let's see what we got for Team Sagittarius. Is this person going to confess their feelings to Sagittarius? I hope you feel better, Mom. And don't mind me, okay? I'm not wearing makeup. I look like crap. I'm going to the gym right after this, so we're just going to go. We're rolling with it, doing it. Sagittarius. This person, ooh, the Page of Swords right away. The truth. The truth. The Hangman, like they're surrendering. This person is, ooh, and the Ace of Swords, the Page of Swords. That is all about like communication. Like this is the most communicative read I've gotten all day today. And movement forward. Okay, so this person definitely is going to they're spilling their beans, they're spilling their guts. Okay, they're going to tell you the truth. They're going to tell you the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth. Even if their voice shakes, okay, it gives them a lot of anxiety about speaking their truth, but they're going to come forward and speak their truth. There will be a confession from this person. They would like to move forward. I mean, if this is not a love situation, I got a side note that they feel so guilty about whatever it is that they've done that they've got to relinquish this guilt from them. I don't know what that's about, but there's definitely some sort of confession here. The truth will be spoken. You know, the Justice in reverse. Like they feel like they've got to get it off their chest. Like they don't feel like they would be able to sleep at night. Like they can't sleep at night without yeah, they've been keeping this, whatever this is, a secret. Whatever it is has been this in this mental prison. They want to move forward. You know, they want to come out of the darkness and move towards the truth. They just want to get it off their chest. Get it off their chest. Speak the truth. So that's a lot of action. This is the most action-packed one we got so far. Let's see what else we could get for Team Sagittarius. So yeah, it does look like this is like, that's confession for days. Confession for days, Sagittarius. They don't see any other option. Like the only way to move forward is to confess. The only way to cleanse their soul is to confess. I don't know. Like that feels very coming clean. This person was a snake or some shit. They're going to tell you all about it. They're going to tell you, they're going to open up and tell you everything that they've done. They don't feel like they don't feel like they could get any sleep without it. That's very specific. Huh. Yeah. They know that they're unhappy with themselves, or they know that you're unhappy with whatever it was that they did. You know, whatever this sneaky, shady fucking behavior was. And this person, like, they have to get it off their chest. Like, they have to, you know. And they're gonna come, like, once they start spilling their beans, they're gonna spill all the beans. Like, you don't even have to give this person truth serum. It's like somebody slipped them some truth serum and they're just gonna fucking blab it all out. They're gonna tell you everything, Sagittarius, everything. So you might want to get some popcorn for yourself. All right, Capricorn. What do we got for Team Capricorn? Is this person going to come and confess their feelings for Capricorn? What do we got for Team Capricorn? Ooh, the Ten of Cups. Ooh, la 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 la. They have been hoarding their feelings because they have so many of them. They have so many feelings, they don't know what to do with them. So they're like trying to hold on to them. But boy, the Justice card, the Ten of Cups, they want forever and ever and ever and then some with you. Like they feel like you are like their person. You know, they might be a little bit overwhelmed with the emotions that they feel. You know, they might be conflicting inside of themselves. They're like, oh, why do I feel this way? How do I feel this way? What am I going to do about it? You know, so they might be in a battle with themselves about coming forward. But this person's got all kinds of feelings for you. The Fool card, like they're ready to take that leap of faith. They're ready to take that leap of faith and build a solid foundation. Build a solid foundation coming forward. You know, but they do repress it. They keep it to themselves. They hold it in. All right. Hey, Dan. They repress their emotions. You know, they might be a little bit disassociative as well. But they're determined. They're determined to make it work. They're determined to push forward. Like, despite the conflict they feel inside of themselves, it's like their emotions for you outweigh their doubt, or outweigh their insecurity, or outweigh their fear. It's like the emotions they feel for you outweigh all of the other emotions that they have. It's like they can't. Yeah, then they feel like they've won the lottery with you, and they don't want to let that go. All right, with the Wheel of Fortune. They might be looking for a good opportunity to express the way that they feel towards you, or to express how deeply they feel towards you. You know, and they're trying to fill it out like intuitively, of like when is the proper time to, you know, pop the question, or to let you know that they have these emotions for you. You know, because they do feel like it does make them feel a little bit weak, like they feel like a little bit vulnerable. You know, that they are exposing their kink in their armor when they come forward and tell you about their emotions. But they can't not do it. They have to. They have to come forward. King of Cups. They've got too much love to not come forward. So it does look like this person is looking for the right opportunity, you know, to move things to the next level, or to express to you what it is that they feel for you. What else do we got for Team Capricorn? They're just really, really slow. They've been moving really, really slow. But the Sun card could be a Leo. Like they are really, really, like they have an overwhelming sense of joy and satisfaction being around you or being with you. The Wheel of Fortune twice. So they're looking like they feel lucky to have you. They feel like They're lucky for the relationship that you guys have, for the connection that you guys have together. It does look like they are going to come forward. They're just looking for the right opportunity to be able to express themselves, like the right situation, But if you're always waiting to be ready, then you'll be waiting to be ready to be ready to be ready. You know what I mean? All right, so let's go on to Team Aquarius. Oh, I never changed it, did I? Aquarius. Hi, Aquarius. Welcome here. Welcome back. Don't mind me. I'm not wearing any makeup. I'm going to the gym after this, so I know I don't look like my normal, usual put together self. So we're just gonna get the message, okay? It's about the message. Aquarius. The Fool in reverse. So the Queen of Cups in reverse. The Four of Cups in the upright. So it looks like this person is giving you the silent treatment. All right. They're giving you the silent treatment, or they think that you're giving them the silent treatment. Like they're not coming forward anytime soon with any sort of anything. Like they are keeping their emotions to themselves, keeping it very, very held tight to their chest. Okay. This person could be real indecisive. Well, I'm sure you look fabulous, Dan. According to my mom, I look like I'm ill or something. So sorry that I look like crap. And Page of Pentacles in reverse. Nope. There's no movement forward here. No movement forward. The Chariot in reverse. All of the action cards are in the reverse. So out of all the readings I've done so far, this one is a dead solid, like, they ain't coming forward with nothing. Not anytime soon. They're like, They might be going backwards, not forward. Like this person is going forward. They're going backwards. They just be rolling backwards. They're backpedaling. Yeah, they have no intentions of coming forward. Like this is the most not coming forward. The Fool in reverse, the Queen of Cups in reverse, the Page of Pentacles in reverse, like the Four of Cups in the upright. Like they're like the Chariot in reverse. They're like I ain't coming forward with nothing. You can't pay me to come forward. They're like to keep that shit to myself. Temperance in reverse. But they do have a lot of fond memories. They do have a lot of fond memories. They do look back at the past experiences, or your guys' past together, and they look very fondly on it, but they're not coming forward with any kind of anything. I appreciate you, Dan. Yeah, they're not coming forward with any kind of anything. That was the most like reading I've ever done. The most no way, Jose. No way, Jose. At all, ever? Are they never, ever, ever? Yeah, nope, they made up their mind. They feel like that's the only way to be victorious, is to stay away. Stay away, keep their thoughts, keep their opinions, whatever, to themselves. It's like, nope. Hi, Ralph. This person is remaining silent. They don't think that you would have anything nice to say to them anyways. or that you don't want to talk to them. They don't think that you have any love for them. They don't think that they think that you don't give a fuck what they have to say anyway. So no, they don't feel like there's any point in coming forward. It's like, for why? For why? So Aquarius can laugh at me? Nope, no movement forward. This is the most no movement forward spread ever. So no. Aquarius, for whoever this is for, they ain't coming forward anytime soon. All right, let's go on to Pisces. Don't mind me, Ralph. Like, I'm going to the gym after this. I look like crap. I know I'm not wearing any makeup. It's a sin, but I am here doing it. All right, Pisces. All right, hi Pisces. What do we got going on for Team Pisces? Is this person going to come forward and confess their feelings for Team Pisces? Is this person going to come forward and confess their feelings for Team Pisces? Queen of Swords. Very truthful. Could be an air sign. The Eight of Pentacles. They haven't made up their mind yet. They haven't made a solid decision if it's worth coming forward or not. It's like this person is still evaluating and processing and working on themselves, or working on their approach or something. But it does look like this person is very truthful in general anyways. Like, you might, like, if you ask them something, they'll tell you the truth, okay? Like, this is the type of person that might be brutally honest, might be a little bit too honest. The Queen of Swords in the upright. They probably tell you things that you don't need to know. You know what I mean? They'd be telling you all kinds of truth. You're like, why did you tell me that? You know, they don't want any sort of confrontation or confrontation. You know, the Chariot. Like, they would like there to be forward movement. You know, but they're really slow and calculated. Like, they're not like super concerned with how things go. It's like they're just letting it like flow naturally. I went for thongs. Dude, I love renting cars, Tanya. Like, renting cars is so much fun. I mean, it sucks when you have to rent a car for your situation, but hopefully your insurance is paying for all of it. They got the Chariot, you know, they might be scared to confess how they feel because they're scared of rejection. All right. This person might be scared of rejection, but they feel like they're honest. Like they feel like that there's nothing that they haven't told you. You know, the Knight of Swords, Queen of Swords, Ace of Swords. It's like they feel like they've been honest. You know, like they don't feel like there's anything to confess. Like they feel like they've been pretty straightforward with what it is that they feel, or how they feel. You know, this person just might not be very emotional. You know, like this person can be very logical, especially with all these swords got going on over here. Yeah, busted out my hula hoops, going back to the gym. Yeah, it's like, it's hot here already. We're supposed to be in the 90s all week. The Lovers. So this person does feel a very strong soul connection to you or with you. They're just not very emotional. Like, this person is very logical, and they don't feel like there's anything to confess. It's like they feel like they've been pretty straightforward and honest. You know, Two of Coins. They could be juggling multiple priorities or have a lot going on in their life. I mean, don't get them wrong. Like, they do have emotions. There is a lot of emotions there with the Ace of Cups and the Lovers card. So this person does feel, okay. You might wonder if they feel it all. It's like, does this person have emotions? You know, or they just overthink their thinking. But this person does feel. They just think a lot, and they don't feel like there's anything to confess. You know, they feel like they've been open and honest. And the Ten of Cups. So this person wants wish fulfillment. Like they see the potential. They see a lot of potential. You know, the Lover's card, the Ace of Cups, the Ten of Cups. They just imagine that you already know this, and they don't feel like there's anything. They don't feel like there's anything to confess. So this person's not going to come forward with any sort of mushy gushy confession, because this person is not a very mushy gushy person. Like, they're very logical. Like, they're an overthinker. And they feel like they've already confessed all that. See if they're going to take any sort of extra action. You know, my gym has a pool, has an indoor pool, an outdoor pool, a hot tub. I freaking love it there. Queen of Wands. Two of Swords. Yeah, they don't want to rock the boat. They're like, everything is fine the way it is. Like, what's the point? You know? They're like, everything is going great. Like, they don't want to rock the boat. They don't want to have any sort of confrontation. Like, they're not going anywhere anytime soon. You know, they're not walking away from the situation. They feel pretty emotionally balanced. Like, they feel a sense of equal give and take. You know, they don't feel like there's anything to confess. They feel like you know already, that anything that they would have to say, you probably already know. I mean, Pisces are some of the most intuitive signs that there is, right? So, I mean, there's not a whole lot of action here. They do have a lot of feeling, but they just don't express it in words, I don't think. I don't think they express it in words. You know, so they're not going to come forward with any sort of like mushy gushiness. They're going to hold on to their emotions. Hold on to it. They're holding on to it. The Four of Swords. Resting. They just chill. They're just chilling. This person's just chilling, Pisces. They don't feel like there is any secrets. The Moon card in reverse. They don't feel like they're holding any secrets from you. So they don't feel like there's anything to confess. So there's not a whole lot of action there. I mean, take it how you want to take it, but they don't feel like there is anything to confess. Hi, Jennifer, not Jenny. Right, just in time, but I'm done now. So I love you guys so very much. Thank you guys so much for being here. And like I said, don't mind me. I'm on my way to the gym, so I don't have any makeup. I don't have nothing on. My mom thinks I'm sick, but I'm not sick, okay? I just look like crap today, and that's okay. I'm here. We showed up, and we are going to go to the gym, trying to stay consistent. So I love you guys so very much. Thank you for being here. Like Shara says, drink your water, bitches. And I love you guys. And until next time, be good to yourself and others, always and always. All right. Bye. Vroom, beep, beep. Hi, thank you guys so much for being a part of my inner sanctuary. If you would like a personal private reading, please go to my website at crystal-lavender.com. There is a 10% off coupon that you can enter where it says little coupons at the bottom. Enter Mystic10 and you will get 10% off of any one of my available services, okay? And that is at crystal-lavender.com. I've got everything from 1111 all the way up to continued monthly support. And you will get your pre-recorded personal readings within 24 to 48 hours, all right? I love you guys so very much. I can't wait to see you.